Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pixel and welcome to the Sapphire Tech YouTube channel. Just the other day now, I was taking a look through Origin Access to see if any new games have been released and I came across Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville. I checked out the trailers, I looked at some of the screenshots and I just thought, wow, this game looks stunning, so maybe it'll be worth taking a look at. So that's what we're doing today. We have got some gameplay of Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, mainly the PvP, running on the SAPPHIRE Pulse RX 5700 at 1440p and utilising the ultra quality preset. So how about we start off by having a quick look at the performance. Overall, I would say that our average frame rate was somewhere between 100 and 130 depending on the map. However, I will say that in some really intense action sequences we did see that frame rate plummet down to around 70 or 80 FPS, however it never really stayed there. To be completely honest, I think that this level of performance is extremely respectable considering the quality of the visuals that are being pumped out by the game. And to be clear, these visuals can be absolutely gorgeous when in motion. Considering that this is a very cartoony styled game, it's surprising how many of Frostbite's high-end features are actually being utilised here. We are seeing a lot of GPU particles being used, we've got lots of transparencies, a brilliant lighting solution, and the animation quality is honestly up there with some of the best cartoony games that I've ever seen. Now, gameplay wise, if you've ever played a game like Team Fortress 2, Overwatch, or even Paladins, I would say that you've got a pretty decent idea of what you can expect here. However, I will say that the combat does focus more on the MOBA style elements, as in the use of abilities is definitely much more important than your raw mechanical skill. The reason why I say this is that I actually pride myself on being fairly decent at shooters, both first person and third person. I've been playing them for a very long time and I've got pretty decent aim, so normally I can jump onto any new shooter game and do fairly well, fairly quickly. However, in this game that was certainly not the case. Early on, I felt like I was dying constantly to one-shot kills from enemies that I couldn't even see. Which, to be completely honest, is actually rather accurate, as a lot of the abilities in this game are in fact a one-shot kill versus many of the weaker characters, meaning that you're going to really want to pay attention to your positioning if you want to stand any chance of surviving. Now, I think it's safe to assume that a lot of people are going to take issue with this, but I personally think that this is a very good thing, as there are already so many really good shooters out there that have got such a heavy reliance on mechanical skill that if your aim is not up to par, you're going to get stomped into the ground, and this seems to be a nice refreshing change from that. I would even go as far to say that this is a really nice jumping on point for anybody that may be new to first or third person shooters and wants to be able to increase their skill levels slowly without being punished by people that can just simply out aim them. Like I mentioned earlier, this game has got an awful lot in common with games like Team Fortress 2, Overwatch and Paladins, and I'm not just talking about the art style. The vast majority of the game's systems all revolve around team play, even down to choosing your character, which can actually fit into one of three roles, being attack, support or defense. Finding a decent balance between these three roles on your team is vital to success, as many of the game modes are in fact objective based. For instance, on one map you may be tasked with pushing a payload from point A to point B, and on another map you may be tasked with preventing the enemy from stealing a battery from your base. What's even better is that many of these game modes and maps actually require you to complete multiple different objectives in order to achieve victory, which gives a nice feeling of variety throughout a given match. Now, if I was to criticize anything about the game, it would almost certainly have to be the audio. Don't get me wrong, the individual sounds themselves all sound great, that is not the issue here. The issue is the overall volume mix. What I mean by this is that it was not uncommon for me to be taking damage to an enemy that was merely feet away from me without me being able to hear them. I'm not talking about footsteps, I'm talking about big booming abilities that appear to have little to no sound. I even took off my headset multiple times to make sure I had it on the right way around. I played around with my mixer and went into my sound settings to make sure that I never had it set to 7.1, and I never. It was just a really strange kind of muffled mix. By no means do I feel like this is a deal breaker, but it was a minor frustration that I do in fact wish was a little bit better. But anyway, with that said, do I recommend that you go out and play Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville? Well, that kind of depends. If you are a hardcore first-person shooter fan, then probably not. There are quite a few minor frustrations that you're going to have when it comes to your aiming skill not really being utilised as much as what it would be in other games. That said, if you like MOBAs or you enjoy the kind of strategic part of shooters, then I think there's a good chance you'll find something to enjoy here. If you are in fact a parent and you've got children between, let's say, the ages of 5 and 10, then I think that this could be a decent alternative to a game like Fortnite. One thing that I do want to make clear, however, is that just because this game is obviously aimed towards a younger demographic, it does not mean that it's an easy game. So some time and some patience is going to be required if you intend to get good at it. With that said, that is going to be me done for today, so thank you so much for watching. If you are new around here, then please do consider slapping that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified of our future uploads. If you liked the video, then please do like the video, and if you disliked it, there's a button for that too, and all we ask is that you let us know why in the comment section below. If you've got any questions, suggestions or feedback, you can also leave that in the comments. And once again, thank you so much for watching. This has been some gameplay of Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville, running on the SAPPHIRE Pulse RX 5700 at 1440p and using the ultra quality preset. Once again, from myself and everybody here at the SAPPHIRE Tech YouTube channel, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we will catch you later. Bye bye.